Just been doing a bit of 3D pen, and I've got a temporary rig here. The 3D part was the actual holding these two drivers apart in the space that was already available in the pod hood, and the tape is just because I wanted to hear it this way and I can actually have it that way, so just to see. And it also, all of these drivers are now one finger back. That's why I flipped it, so more depth, because these are all one finger back. Of course we have the 6-inch emanating through there, so we're getting a lot of depth from. Yeah, so I'm trying that, see if the depth, see if the flipping interferes with my stage height or driver blending, but I think the more depth will be quite a pleasing result. It's my prediction. So I just did that test drive with the 612, so like a not logical breakup of the cone sizes. I just wasn't feeling it. I just got into just going, for a nice trip, and I thought, just let it for the rest of the trip. Come home, see how I thought. Sat at home, tried to listen 40 minutes or so. And it's just something about this gap between this mid and this mid, and then you pick up, like, this is what my brain's doing. My brain is doing this the whole time, and instead of just doing that. I mean, granted, that is one extra fingernail gap there, and if I close that gap I still think I'd hear it. So the only reason I did that was just to see if I did feel strange about it, but also that I could actually get both drivers back a bit further. So maybe it's a combination thing. I also did move one piece of felt off there, so I don't know if that contributed to it. I could put the felt back in, have another listen, or I could just quickly flip those two, because that's the whole point of the sticky tape. Quickly flip it and have a listen and see if I get that same feeling back, because I get the feeling that having the 2-inch right next to the 6-inch was kind of like a scoop, like a bit of a horn going on anyway, and also with the 2-inch bouncing off the 6-inch, so maybe that's what I was hearing. And also that the fact that down a bit lower, the 2-inch is protected by this extra steering column, and a bit further into this bulk of this side reflection, so maybe that's another reason that the high mid is not taking flight and hitting more things. It could be all of those reasons. But a simple flip around and we'll know soon enough. Now I've actually closed the gap and reordered them to the natural order of things, and you can see there's quite a big traverse between the 6-inch and the 2-inch there, and that has allowed me to make it go back. See, it's actually gone back into the cabin more, which is quite nice. And now I've started to open up this mid-right depth corridor that I was looking for, and I'll take it any day. Yeah, so it's quite nice, that reverb side now. I was always getting this 3/4 of this side working well, because this is always very far away. So in comparison, that 2-inch is like this. Like if I hold my hand here and here, you see that's the size of the speaker, but here it's double the size of the speaker. Anyway, you work it out. So it's more point source over there because it's twice as far as here. So working out this side is very critical to get the depth right. Like for instance, I just had this here because I haven't completed this that area quite enough. So I just put this here temporarily, and that zinged in the tweeter spill, because the tweeter was going up here, coming back. So I've got to fix that inside that cage, get rid of my tweeter zing. What else? So I had good results moving it up and back in the right order. So I was soloing it's actually a 2.5 inch if you measure it. So you could almost call it a 3 inch, and it's definitely not a 2 inch. It's another thing I found out. So it's just that 2.5 inch. There's the tweeter. Yeah, so without that t-shirt, that tweeter felt like it was here. And this side, they're still in the sticky tape mode. You can actually see it's almost falling over. So they're just in sticky tape land. And this side's almost about to be tacked in, and I'll tack it in with the 3D pen. It's lined up quite well. It's got the max depth because the magnet is actually touching the backboard, but the backboard's on a 45, so that's why going up got me the extra depth. And that's it for now. But yeah, motoring along, and yeah, I'll see how we go with the next step.